Hello and welcome back to Jacob's Toys 5 minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Wave Marvel Knights. In particular this really cool, quite modern Daredevil figure. Now this particular figure in the Wave doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure part, so if you are building the Build-A-Figure you don't need to pick this figure up. However, I think this one will be on a lot of people's lists because it is of course a more recent and a much more modern version of Daredevil. We'll get into the character in a little bit. Let's just take a look at the figure. So he doesn't come with a huge amount of accessories. He obviously comes with his two sticks. I can't remember what they're called now. I can't remember what his stick's called. And he comes with this really cool kind of double-edged blade weapon as well. And that's it. No alternate hands, no alternate head. Nothing else really. I mean, it is a nice new sculpt. It's got the pinless arms, it's got the pinless legs, it's got these kind of baggy trousery kind of things that I believe are a new sculpt. I can't remember seeing these on any of the other figures. It's got quite a bit of articulation, it's got the kind of the ab crunch, it's got the waist swivel, it's got double jointed knees and double jointed elbows, although because of these new kind of larger trousers the knees do look a little bit bizarre when you do bend them. It leaves you this big kind of wedge piece there for the knee, but you can get him into some good articulation. You've got some good articulation, so I can get him into some good poses. I'm a bit disappointed they didn't put the butterfly joints on the shoulders. I think with kind of Daredevil being the character that kind of flips and somersaults and all that kind of stuff, having butterfly joints in his shoulders is pretty much a must-have. It really limits the kind of poses you can do, but with that said you can get him in a whole bunch of different poses. So where is this particular Daredevil from? So earlier on in a wave recently we also got an Elektra Daredevil. I'm just going to put his billy clubs, there we go, that's what they're called, his billy clubs in his pouch here. They do hold, so that's cool. So you can store them if you're going to have him with this particular kind of bow staff weapon. So, as I was saying, we did previously get a rendition of Elektra where she takes up the Daredevil mantle. We got her in a recent wave. I'll grab her in a second. This was, of course, from the Daredevil run last year, I think it was, 2022, I think kind of middle of the year kind of time. And essentially, in a nutshell, Matt Murdock goes to jail and Elektra picks up the Daredevil mantle. And here she is, this is the figure from that previous wave. Now, you can see there are a lot of similarities in their costumes and they do look like a set, which is really cool to have. It's really good to have these two posed next to each other. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the particular comic because I don't want to give away the story, because it is of course from a modern run of comics and there might be people out there still reading it. So these two are from that comic book run, and I think the first thing, I quite like the Elektra one. The Elektra figure is quite cool. There are a couple of points on this Daredevil. I would have liked his beard to be a bit fuller and he have a bit more kind of texture in his facial hair. It does look a little bit kind of sort of kid toy, just that flat orange and not very big. I really do like these trousers. I think they'll make for some really good customs going forward, so I'm sure there's going to be loads of these that are picked up by people for customs. I think the first one that comes to mind is Arachnite, if that's not already in the works, because you could literally strip this one back and you've got the base of that particular figure. If you don't know who I'm talking about, just give him a Google. It's a very cool Spider-Man suit, but I think this might be a body mold we'll see in the future used for that. But all in all, he's a nice figure and it's cool to have kind of modern versions of characters. They must have started the production on this around about the same time the comic book come out, so it's really nice to have something in hand based on a comic book that we've read so recently. With that said though, he does lack in a bunch of accessories. It would have been nice to have had a few more hands, maybe an unmasked head, maybe some other weapons, I don't know, but he definitely lacks in accessories, and especially considering he doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, it would have been nice to have had a few more accessories in this particular pack. But all in all, not a bad figure. He looks quite cool. He's going to be cool to photograph. Everything's quite crisp and clear on him, all the lines are where they should be. But as I said, no Build-A-Figure piece, so this will only be picked up by people that really want it. Please do check out my channel because I am taking a look at the entire Marvel Knights wave, including the Mindless One Build-A-Figure, in a completely separate video. And of course, please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. But there we go, modern bearded Daredevil. Not a bad figure at all. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon.